Get the upper hand on your competition with SCUF controllers. Use code OGXRAYZ to get 5% off your entire order. Yo guys, what's up? It's XRAYZ. Welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies video. So today, or I should say about 12 hours ago, it looks like someone who used to work for TREYARCH, who recently was fired, who was a QA tester, who was a quality assurance tester. Basically, they work at finding bugs in the game. He was apparently fired. He was very upset with the firing because it seems actually like it was a pretty unfair firing. And I'll get to that story at the end of the video, but I wanted to go through the leaks and stuff first. But essentially, he was fired. He decided to do a Q&A, and he actually revealed a ton of stuff about TREYARCH. He mentioned what DLC 1 was going to be. He mentioned some Easter eggs that were actually confirmed today and completed today. So he gave steps to Easter egg stuff. So that all seems pretty interesting. And then finally, I do want to mention that the Woo lads, who are one of the most trusted sources when it comes to leaks and info for Call of Duty, have confirmed that this guy is legit. So some people were saying that he was fake, and some people were saying just some dude calling for attention, but it seems like this guy is pretty legit. So which makes the actual story of his firing that much more disturbing. So we'll talk about that towards the end of the video if you guys are interested in what exactly happened to him and how he got fired, along with his original post. But first, let's talk about these leaks. So the first one was he actually revealed how to complete a Zombies Easter egg on 9. I think he's actually showing steps for all the different maps. He did Classified, Blood of the Dead, he also did Voyage of Despair, and then also 9. So with 9, he actually showed the steps, or what he needed to do, or what you needed to do to complete the Viking boat Easter egg. So a lot of people were starting to find clues about this, and it turns out that, you know, the Easter egg step that was required to finish this probably would have never been discovered because you needed to have a specific item, which was the Wraith. You needed to throw it at the boat from a specific location, which I believe was Odin's Tower. So it was like a very, like, you're probably not going to figure this out for years type Easter egg. Not something major. It gives you like another perk that you can use. But I think a lot of people were either very happy with this leak or very bummed out. Personally, I'm the kind that I'm like, yo, the maps are only fun for so long and people aren't going to grind them after a while. You might as well get the most out of it if you can. Squeeze the juice out of that orange. So I'm totally cool with it. But that was some of the stuff that he posted. And he posted multiple stuff. Some of them got deleted on Reddit. But of the stuff that he actually posted on here, he gave a ton of info. So he gave that Easter egg, which we just talked about. He had a bunch of different posts. He mentioned some Easter eggs for Classified and Blood of the Dead. I'm going to cover those right here, right now for you guys. But basically, for Classified, he mentioned that you could do another Easter egg after you completed the punch card Easter egg. And I wish I could confirm this one for Classified, but unfortunately, I do not have that map. But he mentioned that after completing the punch card Easter egg, go back to the military base as Dempsey, only he can do this, throw a frag grenade, frag only, at the door of the large warehouse, opposite side of jump scare. Dempsey will say a quote, leave the area, return, throw another frag. I believe this can be done 5 times for different quotes. I wish I could see this one. We'll definitely see what those quotes are. But it looks like it's a pretty cool little dialogue storyline Easter egg for that one. And then the other one, which this one has been confirmed by the Woo lads because they themselves did do this little Easter egg, which is honestly not really an Easter egg. All you have to do is literally just stand next to a corner. But it says, in the basement, go to the room with the projector, stand in the corner across from the projector, corner next to the table. Samantha will give you her version of the Crooked Man riddle. Now for this one, like I was saying, the Woo lads were trying to confirm that this guy is legit, and they have in fact decided to post a video showing that this is legit by doing that little Easter egg, and I'll have footage of that here on screen, so a huge shout out to them for the footage. Now for Blood of the Dead, there actually was apparently a couple of Easter eggs, one of them super hard to complete, and again, this information might be wrong now because it could have been changed since the last time that he was working with TREYARCH. But he said that at one point, and again, might still be doable, might not, you were able to obtain a golden spork upgrade called the Spork Knife or the Spark Knife. I think it's just a Spork Knife, but essentially, this is what he posted about that. You can upgrade the golden spork to the Spork Knife, and it's the most difficult / arduous Easter egg in Black Ops 4. To do this, obtain the golden spork and go to the bathtub of blood in the room next to New Industries near the first fast travel. Now get 100 melee kills with the golden spork near this tub. When completed, a skeleton hand will rise out, interact with it to place the golden spork. Now there will be 3 stones of different colors spawned around the map. The player has to find these stones. One at a time, the player must place the stone at its corresponding trap, acid, blade, or fan trap, and then get 100 kills near the trap. Once all 3 traps are completed, a gold colored stone will spawn. The player must then take the stone to the skeleton hand, interact with it, and it will change to the spork knife. These steps may have been slightly altered since the last time I did them. The 100 kills near the tub may be before or after, or both of the stones. The minor Easter egg are mainly tiny pieces of artwork that can be found by using certain attacks on certain objects, such as use the flamethrower's tornado on the desk across from the mystery box in administration, the katana dash on the bookshelf in library. You can activate your special weapon next to or melee with the golden spork, the 2 signs in Michigan Avenue and Times Square. I forget which attack is for which. So it looks like there's a ton of little Easter eggs for artwork and stuff like that that will pop up once you do these, which I think is pretty cool. I definitely want to check that one out. He then went on to mention after that there was a ton of bugs and issues that were in the game that they reported, but that were not taken care of by TREYARCH. And the only reason that TREYARCH started fixing stuff was because of popular streamers who were complaining about it. So they said, try to get the point cap in rush mode. It's just over 4 million. Producers do not believe that the public is good enough to reach this and thus far refuse to increase it. So it looks like there is a point cap, so we'll definitely see about that. Alright, so he then went on to actually give some information on Easter eggs that have been getting started on in Voyage of Despair. So basically he said this. So they were asking about the yes no doll. He replied with, the doll says yes or no in different emotions, so there's really nothing else to that. For number 2, they said the movable valves that are located in the engine room. He then went on to say that use an upgraded elemental kraken to shoot the 4 center most moving pistons. They will smoke and stop moving after being shot. 6 blinking red lights lead to 6 wheels to turn. After turning all 6, go in the turbine room and interact with the switch on the wall next to the door. This unlocks the pack-a-punch at all locations, which is actually kind of insane. Number 3, they mentioned, well, what about the music and sheet music for the piano? To that he replied with, there are 3 sheets, each corresponds to a piano near the grand staircase. One is a dining hall. After placing all 3, quickly melee all 3 pianos, and then the mystery box with your special weapon. Doesn't have to be the same player. This allows the player to temporarily be able to switch their special weapon via the mystery box, which can be done repeatedly every round. So that's also pretty cool. For number 5, they said dressing the zombies with the crown, mask, and trident, which causes low gravity zombies. This is all it does. It only lasts for 1 round, and then will occur every 9 rounds. So that's also pretty cool as well. Number 5, they asked, voice of the woman that can sometimes be heard before draining the water, presumed to be a siren from Greek mythology. He replied with, stay underwater for 30 seconds and there will be about a 5% chance that every 3 seconds of a verse playing. After a verse plays, you have to wait 3 minutes to hear another. So it looks like there is something that the voice is saying that we can piece together now because of that clue. And then finally, he mentioned one last thing. There is a fish located in one of several locations. Shoot it to make it fall and interact to collect it. After each one, another will spawn in a new location. Collect 6 total and go to the crate on the deck that has a fish on it. Interact with it to receive a reward. So that is pretty much all the information he posted. He did also mention something about DLC 1. So if you want to know about that, then keep watching the video. If you don't, then click off the video. But this is what he said about DLC 1. So basically he said, and this is actually pretty big information, that DLC 1 is going to be a prequel to the Chaos storyline with a completely different crew. So that is pretty cool. Now, I did mention a little bit ago that the Woollands mentioned that the first map that we were going to get was going to be a storyline for the Ether storyline, but it looks like they might have swapped that around and we might be getting this prequel one around. So that is still coming, but apparently we might be getting this one, the Chaos storyline one first. And again, this could all change because he is leaking all this information. So we might get something new for all we know. But we're definitely, looks like we're getting a prequel to the Chaos storyline maps with a completely different crew. And I think that is actually pretty cool. Alright, so with that said, that was all the leaks and stuff that he had. I'm going to go ahead and read through his original post for some of you guys that want to learn a little bit about what he did, why he was fired, and all of that stuff. So if you want to know about this, then keep watching the video. If not, thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Do me a huge favor and drop a like on the video. It's super appreciated and incredibly helpful. And if you are new to the channel, if you want to see even more videos like these, I'm going to have a ton more Call of Duty Black Ops 4 news, info, rumors, leaks, and more coming. So make sure you guys are subscribed and have those notifications on by slapping that bell icon next to the sub button so you don't miss a single upload here on the channel. Join Team Rayz. And if you guys do want to support the channel directly, you guys can do so by checking out my channel memberships. You get access to early content, exclusive videos, and special badges that show up in all my live streams and in the comment sections of all my videos. So check that out only if you are willing and able to. And last but not least, if you want to talk about anything, Twitter, best place to talk. I'm constantly on there, so go ahead and give me a follow over there. I'll have a link down in the description below. So anyways, this is what he posted, and his official Reddit account is called Call of Nobody Cares. So he might be a little pissed. He said, "Hello. I worked on the Black Ops 4 Zombies Easter egg QA team until today. I can talk about anything regarding maps that have already launched, discovered Zombies Easter eggs, existing bugs, or anything Black Ops 4 and TREYARCH QA related. I'm posting this because attention needs to be brought to how badly the QA department is treated. There was recently a Reddit post that mentioned TREYARCH QA employee reviews, while they are 100% accurate to this day. I was literally just fired today after 2 years of working there. I was on the second shift and we were scheduled from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. today with a lunch break at 5 p.m. Due to a third shift coming in at 3 p.m., we were retroactively told at 5:15 p.m. that we could go on break at 6. So I went on break at 6 p.m. and when I returned, I was instantly fired with no opportunity to defend or explain myself. The reason was because after I had left at 6 p.m., they had again retroactively pushed back our lunch from 6 p.m. to 7 without informing us. They just tossed me away like a piece of trash, the QA employee with the most issues reported and the only employee who plays the game outside of work, all because they wanted to keep retroactively pushing our lunch break back. Yes, they fired me because I clocked out for my lunch break at the time they told me to go and then changed their mind after I had already went on my break. It's completely ludicrous. They even called security on me because I refused to leave without my personal belongings. They actually refused to give me my personal belongings at first. They finally gave me my belongings and said to each other, what's the loss to us? Wow. Just wow. This was a dream job for me. I've played since I was a kid. I hosted and joined countless Easter egg sessions on True Achievements. I drove myself across the country and have slept in my car for 2 years to be able to work here. I actually had the #1 most bugs reported, and I'm admittedly the only employee on the Zombies Easter egg team who plays Call of Duty outside of work. They just crushed my heart by firing me over this miscommunication of when to take my lunch break after retroactively pushing it back twice. Sadly, they are not strangers to extremely poor timing and break management and then turning around and blaming QA for any miscommunication. So it looks like this guy had it pretty rough and was fired for a pretty dumb reason. I really hope that he finds another job or that this was just like some mistake that happened. I hope this was addressed or something happened. And I really hope that if it did happen, that it's all taken care of and everyone is happy at the end of the day. Hopefully this is addressed. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I'll see you guys in the next upload. Take care. I'm out. Peace.